WEFM, the clean, fresh sound.
WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
All right. We are back with another segment of our Activated Mornings right here on WEFM with Dianna and Roleza. At this time, we have our commentary with Mr. Kingsley DeFreitas, who is already on the line. Kingsley, good morning.
Hey, morning. Yesterday I spoke about the importance of Vincent and paying attention to the Honorable Minister of Finance budget presentation for 2025, right? I am struggling to come to a conclusion of what I heard, but I will simply put it like this, that what I got from the Honorable Minister, who is best placed to comment on the implementation rate of the last budget presentation that he presented, that he gave a short trip of what they did and what is expected by the spend of the monies allocated for the budget and the procedure for the 2025 year. But to have a conclusion to say whether it is good or whether it is excellent, that is for the people to decide what they would be hearing. But I'll tell you something though. If people did, and I hope some of them did pay attention to the presentation by the Honorable Minister of Finance, they will be getting a response from the Prime Minister in waiting, Dr. Colin Friday. I think he might respond from 9 o'clock to show what time the plan is for. But I'm encouraging persons to pay attention to him, and they may get a better position on what the budget 2025 is saying to Vincent and how the government plans to implement and spend some of the money allocated. That's the important aspect of Dr. Friday's presentation. I'm hoping that he will make sure that Vincent can understand, because like I say, I can't say I understand it fully. Because when I go to school, I must pay much attention to maths and things, and here what happened, right? Most of the elected parliamentarians, when they're going to make the presentation today, I hope they didn't put tick for tack, and I'm hoping that the NDP come prepared and decide to make the presentation one after the other. Because you know why? Traditionally, they're not going to stay in Parliament for the last day, because they're going to get a beating from Kamala Gonsalves, and they will also get one from Dr. Gonsalves as the leader of the country and government business. So I'm hoping that they will come, make the presentation, use some of the House rules, misquote some of what was said just to get the government to respond. Because when you get about the presentation or any presentation in Parliament, it's more interesting when you have a confrontation between Ralph Gonsalves, Sinclair Clark, and Daniel Cummings. I'm hoping that part will provide information so we could digest what was said and how the money is going to be spent. Because it's just something, you know. If I didn't pay attention, I might have just say what I'm hearing and what I heard yesterday is an election budget. And it comes over that way, that they say, well, we did that, we're going to do that. So the government is going to make sure that they do it that way so they will grab your attention. But I'm hoping that Dr. Lawrence Friday, Sinclair Leaker, Daniel Cummings, Senator Bruce, I'm not saying elected parliamentarian nature, because I don't expect anything from nature. I really think about backward. So I'm hoping that
Kingsley,
they pay attention and they do what is expected of them. But anything you want to comment on, or you just want to show me off and let me go on business?
No, I will say you made a point with regards to nature and the back wall thing. And yes, I know that there is a sort of a running joke about nature being Minister of Roads. But coming out of what was happening in Parliament last week, at least I finally heard when my road is going to be fixed. So nature, thank you for raising the question again in Parliament, all right?
you have elected parliamentarian who had my asking question about roads, but I hope they fix it and implement it so they could convince you that they have to do what they have to do to make sure that they get that vote for nature and continue to win the seat for the NDP. That's all I hope. Anyhow, you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
All right, take care, Kingsley.
All right.
All right, yes, come June 1st. Crab Hole Road is supposed to be fixed. I made a note. Thank you very much for asking the question again in Parliament Nature. All right.
It has a date locked, everything. You
Of
keeping that
course,
in mind.
child, you know how long I waited for this road to be fixed? I didn't even know down there was also called Bedrock. I just know it was Crab Hole, but yeah, Bedrock.
Oh,
So yes,
okay.
please. Yes, please. Compton down. All right.
Big up your release. I'm happy for you. Oh, wow. Okay.
All right. So we are going to go into a bit more detail in terms of our takeaways from the budget presentation. I listened, or at least tried to listen to most of it yesterday. Of course, it's I probably like one of the children where my attention span might be a little bit short sometimes, especially if something goes on for extended hours, right? But in me saying it's going on for extended hours doesn't mean that the information is not necessary, right? It needed to be said, but it's just that I was sort of in and out in terms of my apt attention towards what was being said. So we are going to talk a little bit more about that after 8. Anything else you want to add from what things to say?
No. I will when we go in for the budget. Yeah.
All right. So just a note, folks, that at 8:05 we are introducing a new segment, and it is called. Let me get the proper name for you. So we are introducing a new segment. It is going to be aired on Tuesdays, called Foreign Policy in Focus, and this is where we have someone from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs who will be giving us information on different things in relation to foreign affairs. All right, so you want to stay tuned for that. Also, tomorrow we will be having an interview with representatives from CED and Invest SVG. And the topic for tomorrow is emerging markets and opportunities for business development in SVG. And something knocked out.
Yeah.
All right.
Testing.
All right. So I think it's back. All right. So yes. So tomorrow we'll be having an interview with persons from CED and Invest SVG on the topic of emerging markets and opportunities for business development in SVG. So you would want to be listening out for that. And we have a call. Hi, caller. Good morning.
Okay, the call on the same time.
All right.
All right, so you can probably try again, 457-9997. You can get us on the landline, and you can get us on WhatsApp as well. Oh. All right, so we head into our... We're going to head out or go into the other topic? All right. So we have a topic that we're going to go on it briefly. We're not going to stay too long on it. But I don't know how many of you are aware of the recent wildfire in Los Angeles. Well, America has been having several, wildfires like every year, and sometimes more than once per year. So there's a topic now of interest. We're wondering about the inhalation of chemicals or toxins from the smoke. But we want to bring it home to SVG because we know that here we have persons that would burn things from time to time. You'd see your neighbors burning garbage, burning, whatever the case may be. And they sometimes burn different kinds of things in these fires, right? So now we're a bit concerned. We're thinking, what about our people here? What about we who are living here? What happens to us when we inhale these, when we inhale the smoke? It is also possible that we could be inhaling some toxins from these smoke as well. But, while I like to think about what happens when we inhale the thing or what the problem is, I also think about the solution. And I'm thinking, what is going to happen? Because if we tell people are aware that it is dangerous. And I think the information was out there before that it's not good for us to inhale smoke anyway. And it's not even good for us to be burning garbage or burning things like that anyway. What would happen? You tell people it's dangerous, but some people are going to continue to burn things. And what exactly can be done? I hate to think of things like this, because then somebody may say, well, we're going to have to go to the law. And I really hate the part where we have to have some sort of infringement on us, where somebody has to put some sort of restriction on us in order for us to act right or to just not do something. We should be able to do it freely without having that. But let me.
All right. So in reading from the Guardian, they're saying that the Los Angeles wildfire. So while it is that they've destroyed it, 100,000 structures have been destroyed. While the focus is understandably on avoiding the flames, another immediate danger lurks across the country and beyond, and one more difficult to escape, which is that of smoke. The most dangerous component of wildfire smoke is fine particle pollution, also known as PM 2.5 or soot, right? These tiny particles are smaller than 20th the width of human hair can, if inhaled, become embedded in the bloodstream and lungs. It is estimated that 1/3 of all particulate matter pollution in the US now comes from wildfire smoke. So wildfire smoke is super toxic to the lungs, more than the regular smoke, because of the concentrations of fine particles. All right. So if you wish, you can go and have a read of that. That's on The Guardian. And the title is called Where There's Fire, There's Smoke. Los Angeles blazes raise fears of super toxic lung damage. So one of the things, as Dianna indicated, and it's one of these things that constantly annoys me because of the fact that, as I keep saying, that we do have a reliable garbage collection system here in SVG. Up to yesterday I went into town, then I came home and I was extremely tired. So I said, let me go and take a nap, right? In taking a nap, somebody started a fire. So of course I have to close up all of the windows. But what it is that really frustrated me the most is that the fire did not completely out, and maybe the person walked away or whatever. So even after 5, the smoke was still going. And every time I see fire that is not outed immediately, I am just thinking of all of this thing that is going into my system. Now, I'm not asthmatic. My family doesn't have a history of, let's say, of lung cancer, etc. But the thing of it is that what concerns me the most is that while we might be out here trying to protect our lives in terms of eating healthy, in terms of doing what it is that we're supposed to do, the actions of other persons are putting our lives at risk. Now, yes, I can understand there are going to be times when you have to light fires, right? But in lighting a fire, after you've seen that whatever the contents are have burned, please out the fire. Throw some water on it and out it immediately. One of the most serious things for me to have to deal with is smoldering fire. That smoldering fire feels like it's slowly poisoning me, right? So even coming out from this particular article that was written, if I needed proof that, these toxins, and the thing of it is that we're not always sure what persons are burning. Yes, we might think it might just be bush that they're burning, but they're also throwing maybe aerosols into the fire mix, right? They're throwing plastics into the mix. They're throwing different things that in many instances you can just simply put for the garbage to be collected on whatever day your garbage is being collected. So please, especially within our communities, try to minimize the burning of garbage, because really and truly, what you are doing is slow poisoning many of us.
But boy, we can be very selfish at times, we human beings.
But I think it's also maybe like a sort of a cultural thing, maybe a traditional thing in a sense, where persons, because I always remember there was this lady who I lived next to once, but we live right by the main road, the garbage collecting the garbage right from the road in front of the house. But every day she would gather things together and she would burn them. And I'm there like, why are you burning things? And here the thing, the smoke don't ever blow in their house, it always blow in somebody else's house. I don't know why it is when the wind blow, it don't blow in their direction. But the smoke was coming directly into my bedroom. So you see, this is the thing, persons are just concerned about getting rid of things within their immediate vicinity, but they're not concerned about the impact that it's having on other persons. All right. So let's try to think a little bit more collectively. Let's try to also be mindful of the environment. Governments are out there trying to get climate change under control. And here we are, just burning at random. All right, let's do better.
Right. And with that, we are going to head out of our talk segment here. It is now 8 o'clock. Well, it's 8:01 here in SPG. And this time check came to us by the New Haven Funeral Home.
Death